Hello, my name is Bob, and I'm here today with a message for President Obama. A message about smoking. Now, I'm a fellow with a heart of gold, in the ways of a gentleman I've been told. The kind of guy that wouldn't harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met, that guy that invented the cigarette, well, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Because I was a smoker myself, so I know for a fact they'll ruin your health, but I quit 'em cold and without regret. But go ahead, smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, just tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate, you hate to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. Most of that is from an old song called Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette, written by Merle Travis and recorded by Tex Williams way back in 1947. Even back then, some people knew just how addictive smoking is and that it will kill you. Mr. President, you recently signed healthcare reform into law. Now is the perfect time to reform your own health and send a message to all those smokers out there who have been trying to quit. If you're trying, you're not quitting. To quit means to become a non-smoker, period. Now, I know how hard it is. I grew up in a family of smokers and drinkers. I started experimenting with both when I was just a kid. And I guess you could say the experiments were a success, because I spent a good part of my life with a drink in one hand, cigarette in the other. By age 50, I was a full-fledged drunk. One of the regulars holding down a bar stool in a cheap neighborhood saloon. I was smoking 3-4 packs a day and sometimes more. The only friends I had left were some of the other regulars there at the bar. I hadn't seen any of my family for well over 20 years. The drinking life will do that for you. So at age 51, with nowhere left to go, I ended up in a treatment center for alcoholism by way of the county. It wasn't fancy. I spent a little over 5 weeks there, and in all that time, I had not so much as one visitor. Not one. I was all alone. But when I left there, I was a non-drinker and a non-smoker, and that's the way I've been since that fateful day in April of 1992. I say that not to brag, but to make this point. If a lonely, broken down old drunk with nothing left can find it within himself to become a non-drinker and a non-smoker after a lifetime of dependence on both, then certainly a man with the drive, the determination, the level of love and support that it takes to become President of the United States can become a non-smoker. Mr. President, it is time to stand up with our lovely and gracious First Lady, your 2 beautiful daughters, and look them and the American people in the eye, and once and for all, declare yourself to be a non-smoker. And mean it. I know you can do it, sir. You became the first black president of the United States. Of course you can become a non-smoker. I did. Thank you, sir. You still have my vote.